Let's get this camera fixed here. Okay. Alrighty. Oh, did I rotate it wrong or what? My rotation is locked. Not like this? Oh, okay. So it's like this. All right. So, good morning. Hello, my YouTubers. So, it's your girl TJ here. As always, I keep it real. So, fun things to talk about. I really have to wipe my nose, so I apologize. Yesterday was quite fun. Just before I forget to mention, if you guys are not subscribed to my channel, obviously get subscribed. And then I also want you guys to know I do have a Facebook. I do have, well, I haven't created a Facebook yet, but I guess I will because I need to have it separate from my personal one. So hold on that one. But I do have an Instagram that you guys are more than welcome to get on. And then I also have a Snapchat that I post regularly and stuff like that. So I did have some really cool events yesterday. I still have makeup on from yesterday, as you can see. Um, I got a little fancy yesterday. So yeah, that was fun. It was like a bachelorette party and it was done Mexican style. As you can see, we were out pretty late. Um, but it was a lot of fun. I mean, like it was literally a lot of fun and I wish my vocals are crazy right now. I apologize. Um, it was super fun and it was a long night. I don't really drink, so I have a couple of medical injuries, which we'll talk about in a second, that prohibit me from enjoying things like that. And I don't really feel like I'm really missing out on anything because I am wide awake and have been for several hours. So, oh, this is my makeshift coffee cup my kids make me. Mm. Okay, so let's talk about a couple of things. One, we'll talk about the cupcake recipe. I know that my friend Danielle had seen the video and she requested a recipe. And the truth is, I didn't really use a recipe. What I did was you can buy any of these things, I believe, at your local Walmart or whatever grocery store in reality. But I used the Great Value vanilla pudding. Excuse me. The Great Value vanilla pudding, which I included in all the recipes, and I only needed one package for all three of the things. That includes like the icing, both the strawberry and the peanut butter cakes. Okay, well, I guess four because it was two different icings and then two different batters, but they all included one package of vanilla pudding. Okay, so then you're gonna need two containers of heavy whipping cream, not the small container. You're gonna need the ones that are like this big. I believe it's like a quart. But I also used the one at Walmart, and they were about $4 a container. You're also gonna need food coloring. You're gonna need, I used red and yellow, yellow for the peanut butter and red for the strawberry cakes. What else? For the batter, gosh, this coffee isn't kicking in yet. um, for the batter, I used the pineapple cake. The pineapple cake was delicious, and I thought it would be a really cool way to try and incorporate like different flavors within the same batter. So, like I said, I used one box of um, the pineapple cake batter. Okay, so on top of that, I did get the Great Value peanut butter. I bought like the $8 jar, but that's because I used that amount at home, but you don't really have to get that large of an amount. I only used about 2 tablespoons of peanut butter inside of the batter, so you don't really have to do that. And then you need fresh strawberries. And I used a homemade jelly that I made, which was out of like raspberries and strawberries and watermelon and Jamaica, and it was like a homemade jam I made. You can use any jelly that you want, okay? But I recommend obviously something that's going to be similar to the strawberry flavor or at least complement the strawberry flavor because it is going to taste a little weird if you use a different flavor like an orange or apricot or whatever, whatever. Um, oh my gosh. So, anyways, now that we have most of the ingredients, and you also need vanilla, it doesn't matter the brand. So basically what I did was I followed the recipe for the pineapple cake, except I did not use water and I did not use canola oil or vegetable oil or whatever oil they used. I substituted the oil for the coconut oil, and then I substituted the water with heavy cream. Okay, because I wanted these cakes to be like super moist, and because we were adding a lot of really rich flavors like peanut butter, okay, for one, and strawberry can be kind of rich depending on the type of jelly and all that other stuff I was adding to it. So yeah, so once you make the initial batter, you add your, I think it was like 3 eggs, coconut oil, and the heavy cream. On top of that, you need to make sure you add a little extra heavy cream. Sometimes it's really good if you don't want them super thick, like the batter to be super thick. The only thing I recommend that I used is almond milk. I'm sorry. You can use almond milk, coconut milk, soy milk, but use a little bit of milk to kind of thin out that heavy cream. But you want it to be like a good consistency for your cupcakes, because if it's too thick, then it might be too dense and it just might not taste really great, and they're not going to rise very well either. So now that you got the pancake batter situated, you're going to separate the batter into 2 separate batters, okay? So I'll put half in one bowl and leave half in the other bowl that you originally had. In the one bowl for the peanut butter mix, you're going to add 2 tablespoons of peanut butter. That's it, okay? You add 2 tablespoons of peanut butter. Now remember I told you, buy the package of 1 package of strawberries. The strawberries that you're going to buy them, you're going to chop them, and you're going to cube them up into little cubes, okay? You're going to separate that into 2 sections. Once you add the peanut butter to your peanut butter batter, you're going to add half of the cubed strawberries to the peanut butter batter, because obviously it's peanut butter and jelly inspired. The strawberries are going to represent some sort of jelly, and then you're going to get that peanut butter taste, okay? So right then and there, you have your one batter, okay? So after you do your one batter, you move over to the other batter, which is your strawberry cupcake batter. So you add the other half of the strawberries to that batter. Excuse me. You add the other half of the strawberries to that batter, and then you're going to add about a cup and a half to 2 cups of small marshmallows, okay? Because you want like a little bit of creaminess. I will tell you with the marshmallows, these ones tend to don't rise like the peanut butter ones are going to. The peanut butter ones actually rise like cupcakes. The strawberry ones, I think because of the marshmallow, it tends to like have more of a flatter top instead of like a rounder top. So if they come out like that, that's the same experience that I had, but they taste fucking delicious, okay? So moving on. Once you've added the strawberries and the marshmallows for the strawberry one, and then you add the peanut butter and the strawberries to the other batter, your batters are done. So what I did was I got the cupcake holders, like the little cupcake tin thingies. I did yellow ones for the peanut butter ones, and I did pink ones for the strawberry ones, so that way I would at least know which ones were which, because obviously they were going to bake and look pretty similar because I didn't really alter the colors that much. Because you would think with the peanut butter one you would notice it, but you don't, because once they brown, they both look kind of brown. And with the strawberry one having the marshmallows, it tends to get a lot browner because of the sugar. So it is a little bit hard to tell the difference if you're really not paying attention. So make sure you use 2 different colors for the cupcakes. Okay, so once you have the cupcakes done, you start working on your heavy, or the whipped cream. So I made the whipped cream icing myself. So I got the remainder of the whipping cream that I used, and the smaller amount I used for the strawberry ones, because I knew I wasn't going to get as many strawberry as I got peanut butter. And it was only because of the way I kind of separated out the batters. I noticed I had more peanut butter than strawberries. So I made sure that the lesser amount of whipping cream I used for the strawberry, and the most I used for, my brain just went retarded, peanut butter. Okay, so what I did was, in the whipping cream, it's super easy. To the whipping cream, you pour, and it has to be super cold. Don't forget that. I had them in the freezer, so when I was using them, so when I pulled them out, they were like super extra cold. You cannot make whipped cream if it doesn't come out super cold, okay? So Then what you do is you pull them out of the freezer, you put them in the mixing bowl, and you pour them in. They're super cold. You're going to add, I added like 2 teaspoons of vanilla. I added red food coloring to the mix. And then I also added about half of, like a quarter of the package of banana pudding or vanilla pudding mixture that I told you about. Remember the one box? So I used about a quarter of that for the strawberry ones. And then I blended that up, made sure that was all good, and it made almost like a, oh, and I added mascarpone cheese. I forgot. I forgot. Don't forget to get 2 containers of mascarpone cheese. I completely forgot. Shame. Okay, but that's okay because we only needed it for the icing. Because I wanted like a cream cheese icing, and mascarpone is really known in Italian cooking, especially in Italian desserts, and it's very similar to a cream cheese. It doesn't have like really a whole lot of sweetness, but it is super creamy and it's super rich and it's delicious. So we added a quarter of the vanilla pudding. We've added the smaller amount of, and I didn't really measure the amount of whipping cream. I think I used about 2.5 cups for the strawberry one, and the other one I used an entire container. So I would say about a half a container. Let's make it simple. A half a container for the strawberry icing and a full container for the pineapple or the peanut butter. Okay. So anyways, for the mascarpone, I used half. Yeah. About no, about 75% of the cream cheese for the strawberry. Because remember, I still have a full one and then I have a quarter one. So what's it called? You're gonna have to make sure you separate accordingly. So I used 3/4 of one container of mascarpone. I added that in it. Then you start to whip it. You want to whip it until it gets almost like this really creamy, like almost pudding like texture, the whipping cream, and it's super cold and it's super creamy, and you want that like creamy texture. Once you reach that texture, you cover it, put it back in the, I put it in the freezer for about 30 minutes and then I put it in the refrigerator so that way it doesn't like freeze up, but it gets this really awesome consistency. And then for the peanut butter ones, I did pretty much the same, except I used a full container of the whipping cream. I added vanilla to the batter. And then I added the rest of the vanilla pudding to the batter, or to the, I'm sorry, icing. And then I added a full container of mascarpone plus the quarter that I left over from the previous container. And I mixed all that together. And then I added the yellow food coloring, and it was super, super good. So I haven't written any of this down, so if this is like way too much to handle and you absolutely want me to write the recipe, I will try my best, but I'm super ADHD and it's all in here. So I'd be happy to go through like a tutorial with you or like get on the phone with you if you ever have any questions. Feel free to shoot me a message in the comments and I will give you my personal number and we will talk about recipes, okay? So here you go, Danielle. There's the recipe that you were looking for. And what I was gonna say is I did make those little popsicle treats out of the leftover icing that I used, and I added vanilla yogurt to the strawberry one inside the little. And that's another video. So if you haven't seen that, look under the video. The sweet tooth is the video, and it had like vanilla yogurt, the strawberry icing, and more vanilla yogurt. The peanut butter icing I used for the other popsicles, I just added a little of the extra jelly like in between to create like this marble effect, and it made some really awesome popsicles, like creamy popsicles. So I use leftovers, so never ever throw stuff away. You can always repurpose it, okay? All right, so that's the one recipe out of the way. We're going to touch base on Mr. Hastings. So the Mr. Hastings video, I've talked about it several times. Like I said, I am waiting on my financial aid to come in from school so that I can get an updated editing program so that I can make sure I do more energetic videos. So, and I really don't want to just post some boring little video. I want to make it like super exciting. So once again, stay tuned for that. You guys will be preview to that here shortly. Okay, so another thing I told you I was going to talk to you about. So I had my appointment the other day, okay? You know what? I'll save that for another video. I'll save that for another video. Let's just say a broken butt video is coming very soon, if not right after this one. So anyways, I want you guys to have a good day. I promised I would post that. And like I said, oh, the glow jars. I am doing the glow jars, but I'm also waiting for pay to come in so that I can purchase the materials because I'm a broke bitch. So, yeah. Anyway, I hope you guys have a really, really, really great day. And I hope that you guys subscribe to my channel. And if you don't, you know, whatever, you suck. And if you do, cool. You know, this is a way for me to just kind of communicate with the world and express me. So, yeah, it is what it is. So, anyway, you guys have an awesome day. And as always, it's your girl TJ. And I always keep it real. Okay? So, do your thing, boo boo.